Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me for another daily reading. This reading will be for the next 24 48 hours, depending on when you view this message. Spirit guides, what important message do we have for the collective for the next 24 hours? Important messages, please. Important messages for the collective. Archangels, thank you for your support. Archangel Gabriel, potential, think big for your future. This is reverse. Take it up right. Messenger of creativity and hope, potential, think big for your future. So if you have an idea to start a business or a new project, or if you're starting a new job, don't be nervous. There are lots of opportunities that can come from you doing this. If you start a new business, you create a new project or product, you're starting a new job, there's a lot of potential here for this if you're creative and optimistic. Don't be overwhelmed or intimidated by the opportunity. You have to get out of your comfort zone. Thinking big for your future. Jupiter is here. Think big. So yeah, even if you're starting off small, you're starting small. This small gesture, this small beginning, this small opportunity, this small job can lead to something greater. A seed is being planted for your future as long as you're creative and optimistic about the possibilities here. Don't say, this job is such a lowly position, I can't go anywhere. No, you can use your job to create new opportunities for yourself if you're creative and optimistic. It's all up to you how far you go with this. Don't have a negative or pessimistic outlook about starting from the bottom, an entry-level position, not making a certain amount of money, starting a whole new project from scratch. All these things are subjective and temporal. So if you remain optimistic, hopeful, positive, and use your imagination, you'll be able to move up the corporate ladder, or you'll be able to create new opportunities from this small situation that you're in right now. So there's a new beginning here, a new cycle. The Fool card, the World card, but this is like a Fool card message. You're beginning a whole new cycle. There's limitless potential or unlimited potential for you, as long as you have the right perspective and attitude about it. If you're negative and you're pessimistic, then your opportunities and your potential will be limited. Okay? Don't see this for what it is not. See it for what it could be. All right, Spirit guides, please continue this message for the collective for the next 24 to 48 hours. Continue the message, please. Think big for your future. You have to take action also. You can't be pie in the sky, idealistic, all up in your head. Whatever this is requires practical effort. Going back to school, upskilling, creating something tangible that people can see, touch, feel, hear, taste, smell, access, connect to. If they can't connect to it, then it's not real. You can't connect to it mentally, emotionally, physically, or spiritually. It doesn't exist. It's all a figment of your imagination. You guys could be working with children as well. Or this is you feeding your inner child, healing your inner child, looking at the world with new eyes or the eyes of a child. Instead of being pessimistic or cynical or skeptical, be optimistic like children. Children are always hopeful for the future. That's what makes them naive and gullible, but that's not always a bad thing. So, see the world through the eyes of a child. And I'm not saying ignore your common sense. I'm saying that too much rationality and too much common sense can lead to skepticism. So you could talk yourself out of doing certain things. You could talk yourself out of certain opportunities if you're focused on the practical, the tangible, what already exists. You're looking at limitations instead of opportunities or possibilities. Don't do that. Children don't do that. So think like a child. Be childlike. Light, superficial, funny, joyful, playful, enthusiastic, hopeful, optimistic, creative, free. Six of Pentacles, practical energy and effort, Venus energy. Give and take. There's duality here too. You're only going to reap what you sow. You're only going to harvest what you plant. If you plant seeds of negativity and doubt, that's what you will receive. If you plant seeds of hope and opportunity, that's what you'll receive. So this could be for, again, a job or a business or a book or whatever project you're creating or writing or whatever it is you're doing. Have an attitude of optimism and hope because you're going to get what you have poured. You're going to get what you've earned or what you deserve. You're going to get what you deserve. So if you've put in a little effort, then that's what you're going to receive from whatever this is. If you put in a lot of effort and you have a lot of optimism and belief in yourself, then you'll receive a better return on your investment or this new idea. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah. Hard work, dedication, practicality. Prudent, the apprentice, mastering the skill. Two Pentacles here. There has to be practical action taken to manifest this. It can't just be up in your head, your imagination. What if, what if, what if? Okay, so start small. Put pen to paper. Get this going. If you don't get it going, then it's not going to manifest. It'll stay up in the air. Or it'll stay in your imagination, in the ethers. You won't be able to materialize it. This is all about material reality. You're going to remain stuck in place, or you'll feel like you don't have enough. If you feel like you don't have enough, then you won't invest in this. If you have a negative or pessimistic attitude, you won't invest in a situation enough to master your skills. You have to work really hard at this and do it consistently, diligently, persistently. Patience. This is Taurus and this is Virgo. Very patient energies. Some of you guys could be going through financial hardship or sickness, illness, depression. Yeah, you guys could be in a rough spot energetically, financially, mentally, emotionally, which is why you're being encouraged to have hope and to think big. Trauma could have shrunken your optimism. It could have made you skeptical, cynical, bitter, pessimistic. That's not what you're supposed to do. If you don't see what you want manifesting, then more than likely you didn't put enough effort. I'm not saying slavery or drudgery, but you may have to hone your craft, perfect a skill, go back to school, improve upon what you're doing, but you have to invest in it or believe in it enough to want to invest in it in the first place. It's not going to work any other way. So if you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to fully invest in what you're doing. You're going to half-ass it. If you half-ass it, you'll get a half-ass return on your investment. You'll be at the 5 Pentacles still. No matter how much energy and effort you're putting into something, you won't see any rewards or returns for your effort. This is energy too. We got 2 even numbers that can be split evenly. You guys could be conflicted about this, about what you're doing in some way, shape, or form. This is Venus. This is Mercury. You may have some insecurities about your value. This is pessimistic thinking. This is impatience too. You have to be patient. Patience, 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 patience. Don't do this for a quick buck. Don't do this for quick, rapid advancement. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the process. Have fun with it. Make it joyful. You don't have to suffer here. Make the job fun. Make the experience rewarding so that you're not looking at the clock. Oh my God, when is it time to go home? Oh my God, when am I going to make it? Oh my God, when am I going to, whatever, have enough money, whatever. There's something you're doing, like you're not patient about it. You're not patient about the process. You want an overnight success, and it's not going to come out that way. You're going to have to, I don't want to say struggle, but make sacrifices for what you want. But don't see it as a punishment. See it as a blessing, because the journey is the blessing. The journey is the lesson, is the reward. It's a part of the process. You have to go through this process. Pentacles represents process. What specific actions are you taking to reach a certain goal? Are those actions the most efficient, the most effective? Are those actions sustainable? Or are you just trying to wing it? So you have to develop a process or a system for success, a plan for success, a process. It's like your work ethic, or not your work ethic, your workflow. The way you work is not adequate or sufficient. You may be doing a lot, but in an inefficient way or ineffective way. So this is you like putting out a bunch of content, or you doing a lot of work, working 16 hours a day, but for what? Giving yourself extra work. Okay, you have to make your process more effective and more efficient for it to be fun. You're working really hard but not receiving enough credit for what you're doing. You may have to improve your skill level. It's not necessarily about working hard, it's about working smarter and more effectively. Do a performance analysis or evaluation on your own work. Whether you're working for somebody else or you're working for yourself, you're writing something, you're creating something, you have to evaluate the quality of your own work. But you have to know how to do that. That's the Virgo energy. Analysis, evaluation, filtering, purification, perfectionism. Some of you guys could also be boggled down by perfectionism to the point where you won't even get started. Or it's like you're so focused on perfecting something or making sure something is perfect that you won't even get started or put it out. So it seems kind of contradictory here, right? Okay. How do you balance perfectionism with fun and spontaneity and creativity? Because children don't care about being perfect. All they care about is expressing themselves. 5th house energy, having fun, doing what they love. The perfection will come through the process. The perfection comes through dedication. So don't expect the first iteration of this project, or don't expect to be perfect when you just get started. Perfection is a process. It takes time. And you have to be intentional about it. You have to be honest. You have to do a self-assessment. You have to be self-aware, essentially. But self-awareness comes from experience and time. So give yourself time. This is a long time. I'm not saying forever, but this is at least a few months, at least. This is not days or weeks. This is months of dedicated study, doing the same thing over and over again, repetition, but have fun with the repetition. It sounds contradictory, but yeah. You know how, you see kids when they're really young, they spin in circles. They're trying to perfect the circle. They're spinning in circles till they get dizzy. Right? Children do things over and over again until they perfect it. Walking, talking, playing with their toys. They're having fun in the process. They're learning. So it's like you are learning, you're developing competency through repetition. Venus is about refinement and balance. This is Six of Pentacles. It's about refinement and balance. Taurus energy. But you're not going to refine something or nurture it unless you value it. Also Taurus energy. Mercury is about processes, analysis, information, synthesis, intelligence, competency. So we have beauty and we have utility. Beauty, balance, utility. So this process is utilitarian. Okay, so here's the contradiction, right? Suppose you're a creative. You're a writer, you're a singer, you're a poet, you're a dancer, you're on social media, whatever. Creatives notoriously hate monotony. They hate repeating the same thing over and over again, copying other people's ideas. They like to be unique and express their own individuality in creative ways. So there's this clash between doing what you love to do because it's fun and doing what you love to do because you're trying to perfect the craft. If you watch people who are like expert musicians, even though they've perfected their craft as musicians, as guitar players, pianists, they look like they were enjoying what they're doing. They are enjoying the process of learning. So you have to have both. You have to work at something consistently, persistently. There's a little bit of monotony here, a little bit of drudgery, a little bit. Saturn and Libra, a little monotony and drudgery, but it's worth it. You enjoy the process, or you enjoy what you're doing so much that even the monotony and the practice is fun. Make practice fun at your job, at your business. Make the practice fun. Turn play into practice. Children practice by playing around. So there's this balance, this duality here. Practice and play. Saturn is exalted in Libra, which is ruled by Venus. So Saturn's about dedication, practical effort, taking time to do something, patience, hard work, discipline, self-sacrifice, humility. And Libra is about balance, beauty, duality, harmony, integration, refinement, art. You have to make this beautiful. Whatever you're doing, make it a work of art. But while you're learning how to make this thing a work of art, enjoy the process of learning how to do that. Experiment, have fun. Don't be afraid of making mistakes for whatever this is. So whether you're starting a new job or starting a business or whatever. Have fun with it. Put in the time, energy, and effort. Don't be afraid of the hard work, but that's the most important thing. Have fun and see the potential of what this could be if you are at your best. Some of you guys don't believe in yourselves, or you don't think you're talented enough to do this. You are talented, but you need some refinement. Even though Whitney Houston was a very gifted singer naturally, she still needed some coaching from her mother and the church she grew up in, and also people in the industry to refine her instrument. You have an instrument, it just needs to be refined. Don't be afraid of that process of refinement. Enjoy the refinement. Enjoy the polishing into a diamond. That polishing process has to be developed. You have to develop a process for polishing your gift. You could be a computer scientist. You could be, a nurse. But the important thing is process. I think you have to learn how to create a process that optimizes your potential and the development of the situation. So, okay. If two people with the same skill sets are given the same opportunity, the person who has a better process, and the process is cultivated partially by their creativity and their optimism about the potential for this to become successful, the person who does that will be more successful. Even if they're competing against somebody with the same skill set, the potential outcome is dependent on how well your process has been developed. Is your process efficient, effective, sustainable, relevant? Is it relevant to you? Are you adopting somebody else's process? Are you doing what somebody else is doing to become successful? If it doesn't work for you, then it's not sustainable. So you have to create your own process for writing this book, or completing your tasks at work, or starting your platform on social media. It has to be unique and organic to you. But once you put out the initial, framework or blueprint or manuscript, once you put out the initial iteration of this, you have to be open to refine it. Don't expect to be perfect the first time, but also take the time to polish the diamond of whatever it is you're creating. You have to value it that much to do that. It's like somebody's writing a song. They're going to go over each line slowly, methodically, painstakingly combing through every single line of that song. Every note, every syllable, every word, every verb, every alliteration, every metaphor, especially rappers. They value their creativity so much that they take the time to refine it and perfect what they're putting out. But they don't expect perfection the first time. So it's like sketching a draft and then looking at the sketch and say, okay, well, this can be improved. So some of you guys are expecting perfection the first time out. And so you may try to leapfrog or cheat by copying other people's process or other people's ideas. But their process and their ideas are unique to them. They were cultivated by them. They're native to that person. They belong to that person. It's like the DNA of that process is within the work that they're putting out. You trying to copy somebody else's situation, it's not going to work for you because that's not who you are. It may work for a short period of time, but it's not sustainable. Five of Pentacles is here. There's an insecurity here. There's desperation potentially. Insecurity and desperation will lead to impatience. and sloppy work. Take the time. It's okay to take time to master this skill. You have to respect it enough to do that. If you don't, then you'll put out sloppy, shoddy work. Let me get another card. I'm going to close it out. All right, spirit guides, please give me another card for the collective for this message, and then we'll close it out. Zero 550. Eye candy. Intuition. Inspired action. Pentacles. Beauty. Art. Socializing flow. Potential. Romance. Make love to what you're doing. Treat your art, your project, your job like you would your boyfriend or your girlfriend. Imagine, and I don't want to be crude or lewd here, but imagine you're having sex with your project. Are you somebody who sucks in that area? Do you not put in any effort or attention? Or are you somebody who tries to do their best every time you're performing in that area? I don't know. That's a personal question. But make love to what you're doing. Make it beautiful. Even if it's a computer program. Even if you're teaching. Even if you're writing. Doesn't matter. Get some fresh air or call some of your pals over. Take a look around. Take a look around you. There is so much natural beauty waiting to be discovered. Either you will soon become involved in an exciting new project, or you'll go out on a date. Put your charisma to use everywhere. Spread your charm around. Right. Create something beautiful that other people want to be a part of, or other people want to use, or see, or enjoy, or experience. Music, social media stuff, I don't know. Again, even something as simple as your job. I don't know what you do for work, but if you got to write reports, make those reports gorgeous. If you have to create instructional documents or training resources, make those beautiful. Attention to detail is important. 8 of Pentacles. Don't just wing it. Don't rush. Don't be desperate. Have fun. 11:11. Wish come true. Moderation, patience, flowing, self-realization, manifestation, gateway, taking action. You're in for a lucky break. I mentioned the World card, Fool card, a new beginning, a new job, new something. It may come as happy news, experience, new opportunities, or an exciting acquaintance. You'll find yourself in the right place at the right time. It is not a coincidence, but a gift from fate. 11:11 and 777. Perseverance. 8 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles. Change of perception, reflection, inner strength, wisdom, and enlightenment. There's a need for change of perspective on whatever has taken over you now. If you want to succeed, you need to keep going down the road you're on. Reach for the wisdom within, and then you'll just know what the right next step is. Okay, let me just get one more card. Let's do this quickly because I have to go. Let me get a soul truth message and then we'll close it up. It's almost 30 minutes. All right, spirit guides, I need more information for the collective. Let me get a soul truth message, which is a journal prompt to help them on their journey starting today. When was the last time I danced freely? Dance, because it will shift into a beautiful state, because it will get you out of your head and into your body and heart. Stop overthinking. Stop waiting for perfection before you can put this out here before you begin your project. Stop waiting for perfection before you begin your process. Perfection comes after the process has been cultivated or created. Because fear lives in the head along with anxiety, control, guilt, frustration, and impatience. In just a few minutes of dancing, you will make the shift. You will feel a charge of joy and confidence take over, and you will feel a soul reminder to live and lead from your heart. Dancing is a tool to ground us in the now. It triggers happiness, and it's like the gateway to freedom. To become free, like a child, dance. Today's soul action. Dance for 3 minutes to your favorite song. Notice the inward fire grow within you and the feeling you feel being you. You guys have to move your body more. Exercise, dance, meditation, yoga, Pilates, whatever. You are a wild, loving force. Express it with dance today. One more. How can I surrender even more in this moment? It is essential to have clear, strong intentions of what we desire, but it is equally important for us to detach from the outcome. Right. Now there's that contradiction. You want it, but you're not desperate for it. It is time to surrender. Let the universe have some breathing room to work. Let go of the wheel and trust so deeply that your trust turns into gratitude for what you cannot see yet. Potential, but you know it's coming. Potential. Thinking big for your future. That is the epitome of potential. I can't see it, but I can feel it. And I can feel it because I am helping to manifest this by my actions, by my intentions. I'm planting the seeds for success. So it may come in 6 weeks, 6 months. It may even come in 6 years. I don't know. But enjoy the process. Have fun with it. It's kind of hard to say. I understand, when you're just starting out. But listen, you have the right to have fun. If it's not fun for you, make it fun. I don't care what you have to do. Listen to music, listen to podcasts while you're working. Enter competitions. Like, make this process a fun thing to do so that you don't feel like you're wasting your time, like you're making mistakes, like you're not good enough. But also, while you're doing that, again, develop a process to help you perfect your craft so that you're not wasting your time. Develop tools to evaluate the quality of your work. What's the criteria for success for you? What is the criteria for competency? Yes, you can have fun, but, it has to look good too, and sound good, and feel good, right? Today's soul action. Know this so deeply that your soul vibrates. You are not alone. Your life has purpose. And the more you surrender to whatever it is this is, surrender to the moment, to the process, surrender to your gift, surrender to your gift. Your life has purpose, and the more you surrender, the more God can produce miracles in your life. Some of you guys are holding on to your ego. There's an ego here, a fear of looking stupid, of making mistakes, of not being good enough, whatever. Your life has purpose, and the more you surrender, the more God can produce miracles in your life. Today's mantra: I surrender. I accept all that I cannot change. I release the outcome, and I joyfully trust in the process. I kept talking about process. I joyfully trust the process. What is your process? Process leads to progress. If you have no process, then you're not acting effectively, efficiently, sustainably. There's something wrong with the process if you're not making progress. Find your own process. Have fun with the process. Have fun with discovering what that process is. Enjoy the whole journey towards perfection. or refinement. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. If you want a personal reading, the link is in the description box. Look forward to reading your feedback. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon.